Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Cancer YouTubers Updates. It seems like some of our favorite people have been very busy this past week, so we got a lot of ground to cover. Let's get to it. Today, I am very excited to start with Kim Clune. We've all been waiting and hoping to hear from her, and we have. She uploaded a video on Thursday, and she has a new treatment option. Okay, this is really exciting news. She shares a lot about how cancer cells grow, as well as how they can be attacked. That alone is worth seeing the video, but it's Kim Clune, of course it's worth seeing the video. She had some recent genetic testing done, and it turns out that she is eligible for a new option. It is a chemotherapy, and it may not save her life, but it could buy her a significant amount of time. Maybe just a little time, maybe a lot of time. The truth is, Kim wants nothing more than to get to Alaska for another season, and I hope that works out for at least another season. Kim and I actually have a lot in common, but if we only had one thing in common, it would be the fear of dying from a bowel obstruction. In both our cases, it's a very real possibility. I don't know what those odds are for her, but for me, I've been told it's 50-50. And that's why I'm wanting to go under my terms in the Death with Dignity program. When the time gets near, God willing, that will happen for me. Kim was getting her first infusion the day she was filming. So she's already had at least one infusion, and we all hope it went well. Kim, get your butt to Alaska and take some more great photos for us. Let's talk about Daily Kenji. Let's start with the feel-good story. So Kenji was following another cancer YouTuber, and it turns out that she works at Kaiser Permanente, where he gets his health care, and she is a primary care physician. But she's also someone going through cancer. And Kenji considered maybe changing his PCP to her, but he decided not to. And then fate stepped in. He soon got a letter from Kaiser that his PCP was retiring. Well, I don't believe in coincidence. So I know that was a sign from the universe. So Kenji then put a request in to have her as his new primary care physician, and that all worked out. The funny thing was, when she walked into the exam room and saw Kenji, she recognized him from YouTube. This apparently is the doctor that he should be with as far as his primary care. She is able to give him information that she has found, and she can share what she does, her diet, and everything else. I think this was a good match. He also offers a link to her channel, which I'm going to check out, and I hope you do as well. After the video, he actually uploaded a couple of community posts that he had gotten his first ablation, which is fabulous, but he was having a little pain that seemed abnormal, so they did a chest x-ray, and they found that one of his lungs had collapsed. I don't think that's really common, but maybe not surprising. And I believe he's okay now, but he had to go through some things, and I'm just so glad that they took an x-ray before they let him go home, because he probably should have been going home that day. So he did follow that up with an update the other day. He gives us all the details, of course, just the way Kenji does. And the update for you, though, is that he was supposed to have the chest tube taken out the day he uploaded, which I believe was Thursday, and hopefully they were able to send him home. There are at least two things I really like about Kenji. One of them is that he really wants to stay educated on cancer and his case. So he wants to manage his healthcare, even though he's bound by the confines of Kaiser Permanente. He wants to make good, sound choices for himself and keep the odds in his favor. And in turn, he educates us by what he learns along the way. Number two, he's just a really polite guy. I want to say kid, but he's a kid compared to me, but I really like Kenji. I feel like he's somebody that would open the door for someone else, like without hesitation, maybe goes out of his way to do that. And when a young man actually opens the door for me, sometimes I will say, not just thank you, but also thank your mother for me. So, shout out to Kenji's parents. Now let's talk about Tiffany Thinks. Earlier this week was another treatment day. And of course, she was nervous and everything, but as always, once it's over, she feels a lot of relief and she gets on with the day. After that, she uploaded a Q&A video and she answered a question that I was kind of sitting on myself, and that was about her hair. And I'm not criticizing in any way. I've just been curious as to why she hasn't cut off the hair she has that is so thin. That would drive me crazy. But she seems to be fine with it. She said she's just not ready to let it go. And while I understand that, yeah, that would really bother me. I would just need to at least buzz it. It doesn't have to be like, if her chemo's not making her absolutely bald, that's fine. But it's just personally to see the strands hanging out from under the hat. So I was curious about that. But hey, it's not my head. So more power to you, girl. Anyway, it's a really good video where she drinks a cup of tea, answers questions about her cancer and about her everyday life. So go see that and give her some love. Next up, bignoknow Noah Thomas. He hasn't uploaded for a while, so it was good to hear from him, but he's been very down, and that's why he hasn't uploaded for a while. Chemo's getting harder, and he knew it was going to be like that, but he seems to be dealing with it. At least, if you're mindful and you acknowledge it, then you can do something about it. He just finished his 5th chemo treatment, and he seems to still be able to go to the gym and get quite a lot done, but he is pushing. He's a champ. And hopefully when this is over, he's just going to get stronger and stronger again. But for now, he has definitely changed his routine so that he can get more bed rest. And I think that's a great idea. It's hard when you feel invincible otherwise to feel like you're giving in to this cancer, but you're not. You're just giving your body what it really needs. And that's the right thing to do. So more power to you, Noah. I hope you get stronger soon. He does get a little teary-eyed in this video, but hey, that is what this journey's about. It has lots of ups and downs and hills and valleys. He needs some love this week too. I do appreciate that Noah wants to be strong, but is also willing to be vulnerable. That's very, very key in getting through this. Let's talk about Caitlin's Cancer Chronicles. Boy, I'm getting really good at that now, right? I couldn't say that a couple weeks ago. So, in a flashback to January, Caitlin and her husband went on a romantic getaway with 2 of their boys. So, I love this kind of world travel because I can see somebody else's videos and look at things through their lens that you don't see at home. Even their trams, they're really kind of cool. So yeah, you see these things and you see those things, and you're like, wow, we don't have anything like that here. And just to see the beach and other Australians enjoying their winter, which is our summer, which I can't wait to get to. Well, maybe not. I don't be complaining about the heat. But this is a perfect example of cancer journeys not being all about the medical. I mean, it encompasses everything that you do. If you have cancer, you're on a journey. But speaking about the medical part of the journey, she will be getting another treatment this coming week. And we wish you all the best. Now, thank you for sharing that, by the way, Caitlin. I really liked your vacation. And I have to say, your family seemed to be good sports. I don't think I could put that camera up to my family's faces. They would not put up with that. So I definitely appreciate that your family is so loving and kind, and you're a very lucky woman. Okay, other than the cancer, of course, but you got this, girl. Okay, let's talk about Big Valley living. Hello, Michelle. This week, she had her belly drained again. Well, at least partially, but at least now she has a team that are working on how to get the excess fluid out. I mean, she said if it's just partial, she'll take it because it's very uncomfortable. But the fluid is very thick, and I'm glad that at least they're working on it. Maybe they can fully drain that for you. She also reminds us that this month is colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. Thank you for that. So I'm just doing my part and passing it on. The main part of her content was about palliative care, though. She explains what it is and what it's not, and how it addresses pain management and can improve the quality of life. She talks about the palliative care treatments that she's in and why. It's a very informative video. Highly recommend. Okay, Eke Acres. For a guy who apologizes for not having winter content, he certainly has uploaded a lot. There are two videos, though, in particular I want to cover. And the first one was not really about cancer, but it can be related to cancer. He talks about a topic that is running so rampant that it's causing cancer in younger and younger people, in my opinion. Okay? Love you, AI. He actually talks about a video that he saw and reacts to it. And it was about people in the 70s were never fat. Okay, well, that's not necessarily true, because I'm pretty much that one fat kid in the 70s that got teased a lot because I was the only one. Maybe 1 in 20. It's very, very different today. Now, that 1 in 20 is the kid that is thin. And Kevin talks about why. He addresses exercise that we used to get and how kids don't have to leave the house. He talks about the food that is not real and how we didn't eat between meals. Your mother would tell you to, save that for dinner. We were healthier. There's no doubt about it. Kevin brings up his own childhood and how these things were true for him. And it brought back a lot of memories about how things were for me. There's always been childhood cancers, but I just feel like, there was a 12-year-old that had ovarian cancer that passed away, I think about a year ago. It's just, this is not good. Our whole lifestyles are not good. I didn't actually see the video though, but he does provide a link to it. I figured, I took his take on it and he explains it very well. So I highly recommend that one. It was a good talk. Kevin also just dropped a video on Friday, and this one was more of a cancer update. Well, it was sort of a cancer update. It was related to his updates. And it really makes me mad. Not at Kevin, but at the system. Kevin reminds us that he was planning on getting a scan when he got paid from YouTube. But now that may not be possible. A lot of financial obligations came up for Kevin. One of them was from Medicare. He was either misinformed or was mistaken. Either way, I totally believe that it could have been either with this system that is so confusing that even the reps don't know what's going on. But whatever the issue, or how that came about, Kevin owes a lot of money now. And it just makes me so mad. I mean, I understand no matter what happened, nobody's going to say, hey, sorry for the misunderstanding. We'll just, wipe the slate clean. That's not going to happen. They also put him on a very expensive Part B plan. I don't know if he chose that or not, but it's a hefty price. So Medicare, for those who don't know, there's a Part A and Part B. And Part A is free. It's what the government puts you on, whether you're on disability or you're retired. So that is the free part. But I got to tell you, it's shite. Part B is an opt-in. I don't know if they forced him into that or not, but it's very expensive for him. But it's kind of an upgrade to supplement what Medicare Part A may not cover. After a couple years on disability, you automatically go on Medicare Part A. And I just got a notice recently that because of my disability, they are putting me on Medicare Part A in June. And they want me to go with Part B. In order to opt out of Part B, though, I had to send them a form back. And the only reason I'm opting out of that is because I already have insurance through Chris's employer. I don't need Medicare. I mean, it's good to have if it's there, but I definitely don't need Part B. The problem is, if I ever need Part B, like if Chris was out of work or something, I would be charged a penalty for that. And they would determine that as long as I was in Part B, it's going to cost you a lot more, kind of to make up for it. So you're being punished. And yeah, I'm pretty angry about that too, because hey, what if I ever need Part B and then I can't afford it? I don't know if that was Kevin's situation or not, but that's definitely, like, I understand paying into the system because you're helping with the medical bills of other people when you don't use it. But you know what? There should be a cap on that. Like, okay, you'll be penalized for 1 year, but no, it's for the rest of the term that you have that insurance. Okay, I'm not. Okay. I'm just going to breathe. All right, let me get back to the topic. So Kevin says he really can't afford to get a scan right now. But what I don't understand is, if he has Medicare, why would it not cover the scan he wants to get? It may not pay a lot, but my gosh, if he has Part B, that should help even further. So I'm not really sure what's going on here. But I'll tell you one thing. It goes back to the thing I keep saying over and over and over again. No one should ever have to worry about going through cancer or any other illness. Should only have to focus on getting well. You should only have to focus on your health, not on how you can pay for it. So for that, whatever the reason, Kevin, I'm very sorry. And I hope you can get this straightened out, because it's wrong. Okay, off my soapbox. Okay, let's talk about someone I introduced you just a couple weeks ago, Ruth Dye. She's just a sweetheart. Her mom is visiting, and I don't know where she lives. I don't know if she's far or I hope not. But she helped put together a SpongeBob party for the kids, which I'm sure was much needed relief. And just to recap, Ruth is 39. She lives with her husband and her 5 children in Iowa. God bless her. About 2 years ago, she was diagnosed with colon cancer, and it has spread. After lots of difficult treatments, she was finally told that it was terminal. And I believe this might have been about 5 or 6 months ago. After that, she went to MD Anderson in Houston, and they confirmed there wasn't anything they could do except offer her a chemo agent that might prolong her life a little bit. And this was an oral medication that she opted for. And so, as far as I know, she is still on that. But I'm so glad that her mom came to help with that, because cancer in the family is so hard on children. And I don't know if they're getting psychological support or not. And this is my advice for anybody going through this. If you have children, make sure that their emotional and psychological needs are met. I can't even imagine being a kid going through that. And like I said, I don't know where her mom lives, but it seems like she's a big help to Ruth and her husband, Chris. The day she filmed, she was not having a great day, but I'm hoping that she has better days ahead. Even when you're terminal, you can have good and bad days. Like I said, it's a roller coaster. And I can totally relate to the ups and downs of it. Ruth, I hope you've already bounced back from that day and that you're feeling good. Okay, let's talk about Can Ramblers. So Steve and Nancy uploaded on Thursday about Nancy's steroids. She's not happy with the puffiness of her face. She's these fat pads here is what they call them, and a buffalo back. I'm not really sure what that was called, but she has fat pads, and she's not happy with that. So Steve thought, well, maybe we could lower them a little bit and see if that relieves her. The fact is, the steroids help her with inflammation and also brain swelling, and that can help keep seizures away, because she does have brain cancer. Remember, it's glioblastoma. So they decided to try lowering the steroids a bit. And for a few days while they were doing that, Steve actually shot lots of great family video footage, and just very, very happy family. And I enjoy doing that, as well as I like going on other people's family vacations. And for those few days, she seemed to be good. But then she started having tremors in one of her hands. And the reality hit that she was going to have to up the dose a bit. But they did kind of make a compromise with the steroids by not giving her that full amount again, and seeing just where that happy medium is between the tremors and not having the tremors. And I'm hoping that they didn't have to go all the way back up. And if it helps, great. But definitely go see this video. Especially, my favorite part was when Steve took Nancy to Walmart. And the way he filmed, it looked like she was walking down the aisle. It was just so funny. And she did say that she really had a good time, and she appreciated that Steve took her all the, up and down the aisles, because Steve apparently does not like to shop. So, but that's what we do for our loved ones, right? Anyway, it was a good video, Steve. You put that together well, and I loved that music when you went into Walmart, by the way. I think those are the moments that matter the most. And finally, I want to talk about some possible changes to this channel. I will still be uploading my silly content in the car. That's not taking away from anything, but I've been wanting to introduce you to new cancer YouTubers, but it's been very difficult because we have a lot of active people out there, and it does make the videos a little long. So I'm mulling some things in my head about creating a different segment. Instead of pulling away so that I can introduce new people, I'm thinking about adding, as if, I have the energy to do that somehow. But if I template things, I think it will work out. And this would give me a way to bring you some other content about our cancer YouTubers. So bear with me a few weeks, maybe early April at the latest, while I develop these ideas and create something cohesive. I'm pretty sure I can do this. I believe in me. So I plan to roll this out so that it bridges the gap between what I'm doing and what I still want to do. So bear with me, and hopefully I can get it up and running soon. All right, that's all I got today. I think it's enough. I love you all. I hope you have a great rest of the weekend, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.